Good evening, I'm Reverend Pamela and Pinckney Butts. And my son, Joshua Emmanuel Celette Pinckney, is being abused in an Ohio prison in the United States of America. And I would appreciate somebody helping me. I'm currently legally pursuing actions against the Department of Health and Human Services and the Department of Children and Family Services, which is up under its umbrella, the Cleveland Police Department, and the Shaker Heights, City of Shaker Heights, for violation of my rights for human trafficking, and it used to be called slavery, conspiracy to commit murder, and some other actions. My son Joshua was stolen from me when he was 5 years old. And a woman named Jill Edwards conspired with a man named James McCafferty, went into the school. Don't eat any more candy. Put it down. No more sweets this evening. Put it down.
I opened it.
I don't care if you closed it. Put it down.
Okay.
And was told, he and my two daughters and my baby was 2 at the time. He was told, and my 2 daughters were told, that I had given them away. And Children's Services altered the records and made my son, if you're born in 2000, you're not going to be 3 years old, you're going to be 2 years old, because this took place in 2002. My other son, Hosea, and my daughter Betty, and my daughter Rebecca too. And Children's Services has been trying to build up a case to make it look like I'm an unfit person, now that they know that they've messed up. And they held me hostage while I had a civil protection order in place, and told 3 of my 4 children I had given them away. They were 8, 7, 5, and 2 years old. And the Department of Children and Family Services was told that my children did not need medication, and they put medication in my children and putting them on medication to make them addicted to medication. And then they had gone into school with guns. Jill Edwards conspired with James McCafferty, who was at Cuyahoga County Department of Children and Family Services. He was the director at the time, and she was a supervisor, and she and Peggy Serby in Indiana. And they held me where I was supposed to be safe with my protection order in place, and stole all 4 of my babies. And my son Joshua has been being trafficked through these prisons ever since he's been about 14 years old. And I just got a message that they keep putting him in what they call the hole, and they're denying him medical care in one of these Ohio prisons. And Logan County judge, the Logan County, Ohio judge, put my son in this prison after refusing to speak to me, his attorneys, and anyone else refusing to speak to me, in their efforts to discredit and defame me, as well as deny me justice. Because we all know that the Department of Children and Family Services is an entity which operates through the courts, and they trust that they are supposed to be doing what they're supposed to do, which is, probably this is what they're supposed to do: subdue females, and especially we of color, and our children. If you're an attorney and you're able and willing to assist me with this, I really would appreciate it. I've been having to pursue my own legal matters. I was told by an attorney by the name of Marcus Sidoti that I'm a common denominator among attorneys, and no attorney would ever help me. I beg to differ. Some of this is about my children, but not all, because my children were conceived through abuse. And I even have rape reports and rape kits on file that never get touched. And the new governor, Mike DeWine's office, is aware. When they were doing those cold cases, they refused to help me. And one of his staff had the nerve to tell me that they didn't want to talk about it, and they didn't want it to come out during the election because he was running for governor for the state of Ohio. And what would happen if the public found out that he was discriminating against, that they're discriminating against me because of my skin color and my gender? This is real, and this is in America, and I'm watching this atmosphere and this atmospheric flow that's taking place where we people of color are not being treated fairly. If you are willing and able to help me, my phone number is 1216. One of them is 548-0820, and that's my entity entitled Global Engagement to Dissolve Violence Against Women and Children. The rest of my numbers can be found on one of my websites, and I do have a few websites. This is very real, and I am legally pursuing local, state, and federal actions against these people and these entities. Children's Services has even had people following me around with cameras, and I even had a bus operator one time tell me to get to the back of the bus. He called the police to try to make me get to the back of the bus. I told him, the clock's not going backwards, honey, it's going forwards. I don't go to the back of anything. And I had a Bedford council member, Sandy Spinks, tell me to get to the back of the room, the council meeting. Get to the back of the room. I told her, I don't go to the back, honey, and called the police. I called the police on both of them. You don't talk to me like that. Then she just had the tapes destroyed, so that Mayor Kochi told me they were destroyed. He said they were destroyed sooner than normal. But
What's your name?
I had another white male operator on the bus harass me all the way downtown and tell me that the Mormons are going to rule the world. I told him, no, Jesus rules the world, honey. And harassed me all the way downtown. And when one of my former co-workers saw the situation, she tried to defuse it. He still kept harassing me. Turn the lights out, please. Turn that light out, please. I'm a presidential candidate for 2020, and a lot of this is happening to me because of that, too. It's called distraction. I've been facing some legal challenges most of my life with people violating me. And those of you who will help me, I genuinely appreciate it. I have a few books that I've written. They are available. And you can go through my business manager to acquire that. Today is the 20th of February 2019, and once again my son Joshua Emmanuel Salette Pinckney. His name is not Pinckney on the records for the state of Ohio. You won't see it there. It's Salette is spelled S-A-L-E-T-T. He is being abused and neglected in an Ohio prison as we speak, and being denied medical attention. My daughter, Betty Catherine Brown Salette Pinckney, is being denied housing for herself and her children, and told that if she gives me access to her children, that they will take her children from her because I'm suing them. And they keep putting my daughters and my sons in danger. My son, Hosea Jeremiah Salette Pinckney, lost his scholarship, and they put him back in the house with the abuser, just as they did my other 3 children. My daughter, Lillian Rebecca Brown Pinckney Salette Pinckney, whichever one, is also in this predicament, who would like to have some fair opportunities, and they've messed up. Children's Services has messed up their opportunities for education, employment, and more, as well as the Cleveland Police Department, the city of Shaker Heights, the state of Indiana, and some others. All of my rights are reserved for this video. I'm Reverend Pamela M. Pinckney Butts, and I am an American. I deserve more and I demand better. Those of you who will help me, please do so. Thank you very much, and may you be blessed until we communicate again.